Yeah, GoviEx Uranium is an African-focused uranium exploration development company. It has two main projects in Niger and Zambia. These are both development projects, fully permitted, ready to be constructed. We have a further advanced exploration project in Mali. We have been working on a basis of consolidation during 2017, acquiring assets contiguous with our own projects to add to the value. We've been working on the debt financing required to develop our Niger project and further optimization of both of our main projects. Yeah, GoviEx has sought to be innovative in the way that it develops its projects, particularly our project in Niger. Rather than just taking the industry standard approach to developing a uranium project, we've sought to look at value add processes. We've looked at radiometric sorting. We've looked at aggressive attrition systems that allow to upgrade the ore to substantially reduce our capital and consumable costs. We're continuing to look at reduction in consumables, particularly sulfuric acid. In Zambia, rather than having a single plant, we've been looking at satellite processes instead. So it's a company that is always looking for new ways to add value to their projects, reducing your costs, particularly the operating and capital costs. GoviEx as an attractive business has really been driven by the fact that we focus on shareholder value. We very quickly developed an exceedingly large mineral resource. We have over 230 million pounds of uranium in the ground. We have a lot of exploration upside. Our logic was that we had already gone past the size that was justifiable for the projects, and it was better to actually de-risk those projects, get their permits and get them ready to go into production with a rising uranium price. The focus on our company is all about turning those projects to cash flow. One of the risks you have as an industry is the permitting process. That can take you 7 to 10 years in the Canadian market. Our projects are already permitted and they're ready with the rising uranium price to go to cash flow. The investment proposition is all about the turnaround and leverage that you're getting for an undervalued asset. We're trading at a substantial discount to our peer group. We have one of the largest resources of the peer group. We are the only company with 2 fully permitted mines within that peer group. Despite that fact, we remain at a discount. And this has been seen before. In the last cycle, the top performing share was Paladin Resources. Paladin Resources went from 7 cents to $7.50. What differentiated Paladin in the last cycle was it actually built 2 mines in Africa from scratch going into the cycle. So we're doing a very similar thing. In addition, for those investors that like to look at the takeout scenario, 3 of the largest transactions were actually undertaken in Africa, with projects smaller than our own currently stand being taken out with values of between $1 and $2 billion. Challenges are always an issue you have to deal with in the mining industry. A lot of them we deal with in the way that we design and integrate the technology into our processes, so it's a continual risk assessment process. The major challenge really, though, of course, is the uranium price. And so we've been structuring a project development that, rather than having a single line process, we're dealing with 4 things at exactly the same time. We're dealing with the continued optimization of our project. We're already working on the debt financing, have initial indications and commitments for $220 million of debt from commercial banks and ECAs. We're already working on the offtake side of our project so that we can package all of those together with a rising uranium price to then seek the equity side. So there are challenges in a depressed uranium market, but we certainly see improvement in that. You've had production cuts at the end of last year. We're seeing the market move to deficit from that perspective, and we're certainly expecting the price to recover over 2018. GoviEx has been on the venture exchange since 2016. We moved across from the CSE. It's added value to the company insofar as our liquidity has risen. Our exposure to investors has substantially increased. It's allowed us particularly to see greater depth of access into the US market as well. So we're a company that now is trading about 1% of our free float every day with a greater recognition of the name.